Welcome back to Class Firearms, guys. Kaya here with Jason.
What's going on, folks?
Jason, what is this?
Man, the Sig Spear LT. I mean, this thing was born from its bigger brother, the Spear program, and they kind of wanted to get into like a URGI type setup, and that's actually what they came up with. So obviously it's shrunken down more on the AR-15 side, but smaller caliber, shooting 5.56, 223, but they also ventured out into 300 blackout versions. But I mean, the military has so many acronyms. They submitted this for the URGI program, the CSAW program, which if you don't know about that one, Google it. Definitely dope program. A lot of special groups using that. CAG 24 STS guys using that. So that is a prime venture of it. And also they have the Razor program, which is more of a shortened down, shrunken down version. That was a SOCOM solicitation, which the contract that they won.
Yeah, a lot of these are all just the military solicitations, special operations groups, all those guys. And 6 Hour is very good at obviously securing some of these contracts. You know, they're 6 Hour. Now, before we talk about this, very quickly, I'm going to touch base on the NGSW program, where this all intertwined. But the NGSW program, the next generation squad weapon program, the military solicited for a new calibers because they questioned the capabilities of 5.56 at distances. So 6 Hour obviously came out with the 6.8 by 51 millimeter, which is screaming. It was able to defeat enemy barriers and today's body arms at distances, and came out with the XM7, which ended up being M7, the Sig Spear. After that, the LT, which is lightened version, this guy was born 72 by 39, 5.56, 300 blackout, different barrel length variations, and obviously some of the military's certain units got their hunting on these, and we have some over here too, and this is chambered in 5.56. So, and we want to go ahead and tell you some of the features because we kind of decked this thing for you guys. I love it. This is simple, but yet super effective. It's got, I mean, it's an amazing system.
Yeah, it is. I mean, of course, the MCX being synonymous with just its tried and true usage, and it is in common use right now to this day. Everything that we have on here kind of complements it. Of course, being one of the biggest things, the contract overrun.
That is sick.
LPVO, right? Plus you get that titanium mount.
This is probably more expensive than the gun itself.
It's right up there. Right, equal to, definitely. Of course, got to give you some type of illumination, so we got to pair it off with this nice cloud defensive light. All the lumens out there. Shout out to the cloud guys.
Absolutely. Mike over there, if you're watching this, you guys are awesome. You got your constant and momentary buttons, pressure pad right here. And I've placed this right here. Whenever you get it, you can just move it wherever you want to. You also have a little, thumb activator in the back, which is important. And you can move this to a different position if you wish. We got the SIG's factory muzzle device. You can use a 6 Hours suppressors, but you can ditch that if you wanted to, if you want to throw your own suppressor if you wish, right?
Which those cans are really good. Those SLH, SLX, low back pressure, if you guys know anybody about that, this whole revolution of low back pressure cans came from, SOCOM and also the VA trying to cut down on some of those claims for, operators getting, acute to having lead poisoning and cut down on those particulates. So it's actually a really good can. So.
Absolutely. There's some awesome stuff, and we were just there. We just did a 6 Hour factory tour. Definitely check out the channel. You guys are gonna love that video. We had a lot of fun. They have some amazing suppressors over there. And moving back this way, obviously this M-LOK rail, a little bit different than your typical AR-15 with this upper receiver that extends all the way up here, so you can still attach whatever you want up there without losing your zero. And a bunch of spots for you to attach whatever else you wish. BCM foregrip, and this thing is pretty light and good to go.
Right, and also something special about this one, this is one of the last ones that actually is 10 and not 7. So let's really go into that. This one has, baked in features to keep that IR signature. So some of the ones that are normally now commercially available will just be hard use Cerakote. This one is tannized from the factory. So
guys, I literally talked to Sig this morning before we shot this video, and they straight up told me this anodized version of 6 Hour MCX Spear LT, no more. Done. Everything else will be Cerakote, so you are going to be getting your hands on this, which doesn't exist anymore, so obviously more collectible in my personal opinion. Moving back, I do have a Magpul T-Mag on here, but we'll have a 10 one included too, and this gun is not loaded. This is just for basically show vibes. It's for vibes. I'll show you guys this is how it looks, but it's in there. I like it. Pretty awesome, cool. And ambidextrous bolt catch, bolt release. Right here too. This is super cool. I actually really like it. fire selector level, ambidextrous. Trigger, here's the good news. You can actually put any AR trigger on these, which is a huge move, because in the past you could have, with older like the Virtus, but you couldn't do that.
And it was like a nuanced thing. You had to find like a special safety pin latch to go on. It had to be the G Mark one and not the S one. And so they fixed that. Not saying that the Sig Match Duo trigger is a slouch by any means.
I personally wouldn't have changed it. Like if I had this gun, I would choose it because I like it. Yeah, but you know, some folks are super particular and loyal to their own brand.
Just like that. Geisley trigger review, every trigger.
That's right.
SSAEXI 9er, if you want to throw it in there, knock yourself out.
If you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check that one out too. If you're in the market for a Geisley trigger or trigger in general from the R15. And moving back here, we got the obviously good old 6-ounce grip and a folding stock. Now, this is really good for transportation, obviously. Is storing this thing or even close quarter application, you know, this is really good. Pop this thing and a Magpul sling. What else do you guys need? What do you think, man? What else would you put on this thing, man, except a laser device that you do some night vision shooting, right?
Yeah, other than that, I mean, this is a perfect setup for you to actually get out and train with and blink with. So remember, training is half the battle. Looking cool is the other half. So,
absolutely.
Just saying.
I agree with that. So I think you want to just send some rounds downrange?
Let's do it.
All right.
Put those M frames to good use.
You know what? You're pretty used to just running through real fast.
Yeah.
I like to take my time and enjoy it a little bit, you know. Just can't be too fast, but it's all good. Man. Satisfied, I'm satisfied, everything's good to go.
I hear you. I'm not satisfied yet.
Yeah? Okay, I got one more mag. You're not gonna just shoot 2 mags. That's all right, let me put this thing right here. All right, so the handguard, nice and still, you know, a little bit warm, nothing crazy. I'm gonna use this button right here.
Had to do the mag flip.
Kinda, you know, a little weak.
Glad it didn't end up in the shrubbery this time.
This is actually pretty good. You guys just saw it. Just, you know, a couple of mag dumps, nothing special, but it shows how well this thing runs.
Yeah.
As it is, it's set up perfectly for you to kind of deploy this thing and do whatever you need to do with it, right? Man, I'm jealous. I wish I had this thing. I legit want a Spear LT like set up like this. Maybe I'll talk to Sig. But anyways, guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your business.
God bless.
We'll see you on the next one.